Hi, welcome to the 14th episode of Learn RubyMotion. So last time we built these tabs, and when I click on more, then I get the set lock code, but when I clicked on it, nothing happened. This time when we click on it, we will get this screen which has the label enter a new code, and we can type in our code. So that's what we are going to build in this episode. So let's get started. So here we have our more actions controller, and in the more actions controller, under the table view, did select row at index path. Here previously we had an app alert. So now I changed the code to have self.navigation controller dot push view controller manage lock code controller dot alloc dot init and set code. So basically I am pushing an instance of manage lock code controller on top of it. So let's go and look at manage lock code controller, and remember the method being invoked is init and set code. So this is our controller, manage lock code controller, which is subclassing UI view controller, and then the method is init and set code, and I do init, and then I set the text, enter a new code, and return self. And then on view did load, I do super, and then rmq.stylesheet manage lock code style sheet. And this should be familiar to people who have been following the previous episodes that I built for login screen. So I'm using RMQ and I'm following exactly the same pattern. So here on the screen side, I need to build this screen. So rather than doing all the view work over here, I created something called lock screen. So I do rmq.append lock screen, and this is the style name lock screen.get, and then I set the text that I set up earlier. Text is enter a new code, and then I ask it to style itself. So let's look at lock screen. So I put lock screen under a new directory called views. So lock screen. So lock screen is a subclass of UI view, and attribute readers are RMQ digit 1, digit 2, digit 3, digit 4, and the label, and then we have the text as the attribute accessor. So here I get RMQ, then following the same style I do rmq.append the UI label, which is the label for lock screen text, which is this text. And then I do rmq.append UI view. This UI view is the digit block, and then to this UI view I'm appending UI text field for digit 1, UI text field for digit 2, 3, and 4. Now let's go and look at the style sheet. So this time I put style sheets under the directory style sheets. Under style sheets right now I have application style sheet, which is the style sheet at the application level. Once again, this is very similar to the pattern I used for building the login screen. And here you will see that I have class standard appearance. And this is what sets fonts like font.huge, large, larger, tiny, small. And in this way I have a lot more consistency in terms of fonts and colors in my application. So one thing we need to remember is that this standard appearance, this needs to be mentioned at app delegate. So in the app delegate line number 7, I have a standard appearance dot apply. Now let's look at the manage lock code style sheet, the style sheet that is used for this screen. So in this case I have the size, then the buffer, and then the full size, and then I get the style sheet and I apply the frame full. The background color is light gray, then lock screen text. So this is enter a new code. Then digit blocks. So I set the top distance different depending on whether the device is 4-inch or not. Then height, the width, and then we start designing the position for each of the digits. So digit 1 is buffer, that is how much it is from left. For digit 2 it is buffer plus full. For digit 3 is buffer plus full 2 times, and then full 3 times in case of digit 4. And lastly, for all of these digits, we have this keyboard type UI keyboard type decimal pad, so that we get to see this decimal screen. The style is rounded rectangle, and text alignment is center, and then security text is true, so that once we type we don't see the actual value. That's it for this episode. In the next episode we will be adding more features to this screen, and we will continue to build our log code feature. Thank you very much.